Hello, and welcome back to Real Expectations. Today, I am talking about a classic, and for the first time on this channel, a musical, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. But Rocky Horror is not just a movie, it is an experience. Some films become classics because of the story, some because of the performances. Rocky Horror became a classic because it became an event. I first saw it at a midnight showing back in 85. I knew it had a reputation. I knew people dressed up and treated it like something strange and different. What I did not understand was what it actually felt like to sit in that theater. And I got lucky. There were people acting out the movie in front of the screen. So here I am watching the film, watching live performers, watching the audience react to both, and the whole thing felt bizarre and exhilarating. I thought this is aggressively campy. But then Susan Sarandon performs Touch Me, and as a 15-year-old, that definitely got my attention. That was the moment the movie stopped being just weird and became memorable. Going into Rocky Horror, I honestly did not know if the movie itself was good or if the reputation was bigger than the film. And with cult movies, that's a fair question. Sometimes people build a culture around the movie that matters more than the movie itself. For me, Rocky Horror is that. As a traditional story, it is not perfect. The first half is stronger because it still has the mystery. Brad and Janet enter the bizarre world, and you are trying to figure out what kind of movie this even is. Once everything is revealed, the second half loses some momentum. The mystery disappears, and the plot gets thinner. But honestly, the plot is not what carries Rocky Horror. The songs, the performances, attitude, weirdness, and the audience energy carries it. As a musical experience, I think this movie is phenomenal. The time warp is ridiculous in the best of possible ways. That scene explains why this movie became such a phenomenon. You do not just watch it, the movie practically invites you to join in. But the performance that really stood out more on later viewings was Tim Curry as Dr. Frank-N-Furter. The first time I saw the movie, I was overwhelmed by everything going on around me. The second time, I started to pay closer attention to what Mr. Curry was actually doing. And Sweet Transvestite hit hard. It is incredible. The performance is funny, theatrical, seductive, oddly strange, confident, all of it at the same time. A lesser actor could have turned Dr. Frank-N-Furter into a gimmick. Tim Curry makes him iconic. The movie changes when he appears. He becomes the center of gravity. Even when the story weakens, his performance keeps the movie alive. And I think that's the key to Rocky Horror. You cannot fight the weirdness. You will lose. If you sit there demanding a clean story and realistic characters, you are probably going to hate this movie. But once you accept it for what it is, a campy, theatrical, sexually charged, bizarre musical horror comedy, it opens up. That's what happened to me. The songs became more memorable. The camp stopped feeling like a flaw and started feeling like the entire point. I have probably watched this movie 10 times since 85, and sure, once you know the mystery and know where the story is going, some moments lose the surprise. But it is still a great experience every single time. And that is the important distinction. I am not calling Rocky Horror a perfect movie. I am calling it an unforgettable movie experience. I even showed it to one of my sons because I love introducing him to older movies that I grew up with. After it ended, he just looked at me and said, I liked it, but it was weird as hell. That is Rocky Horror in a nutshell. How do you guys feel about Rocky Horror? Let me know in the comments. Also, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.